Hello everyone, today I'm continuing to play Planescape Torment. Last time we left off on... I was looking for a key and the key for... what was it? To get into some kind of plane to find more about the Nameless One, and apparently the mage by the name of Quell knew something about it, but he needs some kind of a unique candy. So I am looking for that, and I think there was something in the clerk's ward. Maybe there I could find some interesting stuff for him. Somewhere here. It should be on the bottom of the map. It's something like curiosities and so on. So where was it? Finam the Linguist's home. No, that's not it. The curiosity shop, yeah. So here I believe I could find something for Quell. After that he would tell me something about my condition. Vrishika, okay. Let's look around the shop. Shelves full of mugs, plates, books, decanters, candle holders, and other bric-a-brac. Most are strange metals or minerals, and many of the books appear to be bound in flesh. Oh. It's kinda interesting that people are walking in. Let's talk to her. This sharp-featured woman's appearance is attractive, though somewhat disturbing. With her blue-black skin and bright yellow eyes, as she examines you, a small pair of bat-like wings unfold from her back, then seem to settle back into her skin. Well, a floating, disembodied, prevaricating skull. What does that mean? Prevaricating? To speak or act in an evasive way. So that's interesting. She narrows her eyes. You're the scarred man who's been going around asking all the questions. She looks you up and down. You sure look lost. Did you want to come in, really, or are you just casing the place because you have nothing better to do? Because Verishka, she indicates herself, can help you. How can you help me? I travel and trade extensively. I hear a great deal. I purchase a great deal, and I own a great deal. Perhaps I can make you a great deal. Is there anything that you desire? Perhaps. What are you selling? Would you care to examine the weapons and charms or some of my more exotic expositions? Look, I guess, exotic. Vishka smiles at you and look at the various shelves in the middle of the shop. If you see nothing you like here, there are more items toward the front and back of the store as well. Let's look at the thing's tongue. You examine what appears to be a tongue floating in a jar of brine. Rishka frowns at it. This is a fiend's tongue, a cornugons, I think. But who really knows? It said that, placed into the mouth of any living being, it will give the ability of speech, even if there was none before. I'm selling this oddity for only 66 coppers. If you want it. Let's buy it. Yes, Irishka purse, a wise choice. The copper you pour into her hand seems to disappear the moment it touches her palm. She hands you the item. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. Let's look at the exotic items again. The front of the store. Baby oil, chocolate closet. Yeah, I think that I need the chocolate closet. Codex of the Inconceivable. Elixir of Horrific Separation. About in the back. Evor's Ring. What's that? Stained items, rune cover, nail, stain, tethered ragdoll. The ring seems interesting. You examine the ring in a small padded case. Verishka holds it up so that you can see it more closely. This is Yivra's ring of almost invisibility. It makes its wearer invisible. Well, almost. I will part with it for the meager sum of 349 copper commons. I'll take it. Verishka pours a wise choice. I wanted the chocolate closet. The front of the store. You examine a twisted little imp-like creature sculpted out of pure milk chocolate. It looks delicious, does it not? Imported from the lower plains, these are rare, you know, and quite prized by the lovers of chocolate and confections. It's a real closet. It's a real closet. A fiendish familiar, polymorphed into chocolate by powerful sorcery. It's only 199 coppers. I'll take it. So that's kind of interesting, actually. What does... Oh, the Ring of Almost Invisibility. It gives +1 to armor class. I'll take that. Fiend's Tongue. Just a Fiend's Tongue. Doesn't do anything, it seems. Chocolate Closet. So funny. It looks kinda like a rat. I thought closets were a bit different.
Done. I'm gone.
Let's go back to Quell. See what he has to say about that. The party has split up. You can't run there. There's also an apothecary, maybe something on the right side as well. Haven't explored yet. I don't think I need to be close to the party. Yeah. No gathering your party before venturing forth. Quell was somewhere in the private chambers of the Sensuts. Can you show me to the Sensorimus, the private one? Yeah, thank you.
All right.
So here we go, Quell. The Mage's expression curdles as he spies your approach. Unbelievable! You've chosen to curse me with your detestable presence once more. You ill-conceived Ricky Sod. He pauses and haranguing to eat a small peppermint. I pray you've learned yourself some manners. I've brought you some imported chocolate as a gift. Oh, his demeanor changes in an instant. Very kind of you, very gentlemanly, may I see? Show him the chocolate closet. He takes it from your hands. Oh, quite rare these are, and most delectable. He bites off a large piece of and tucks what's left into his tunic. Isn't like that thing alive? I thought it would like scream or I don't know. I had some questions. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, winching in pain. What to tell? Why tell at all? Such things, such tales are best left in dusty books and in the attics of old men's minds. Evil, evil, such a name! And such dark tales swarm about it, like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy into his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil, all evil and cackles she was, alive with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Barmy, barmy, barmy old hag. Only succeeding in getting herself mazed, she is likely dead by now. Wait a sec. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, mic is working. Shadow magic? Yes. He seems uneasy about speaking of her. Ravel dabbled, no, not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew shadow magics of illusion and shadow substance, shadows, residues of dead things. How may I find her? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Doubtful. She was made many centuries ago. Gone. Penned in a dead book she is. And even if she were somehow I still clutch into life with her blackened, bloody talons. What could she possibly know about you? She wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you. If she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil. It's interesting he knows that she has blackened talons. I just hope she's alive and will help me. By Lash's 6 teeth and her swollen tummy, what a flickering candle of hope hurtled into a howling winds of pandemonium that is. Flicker, flicker, whoosh. Don't be any more the fool than you need to be. I must still seek her out, whether she's dead or alive. So if she's dead, and she most likely is, then what is your plan, may I ask? You have everything figured out, do you? Quill is just blowing words out of his pits. Nonsense, nothing. What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? What do you think I should do? The first brilliant question you've asked me? I think you should give up this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags and low back into whatever crypt you crawl out of. Makes far more sense than fishing for the lady's anger does. Can you tell me how to get to her maze? Lunatic, madman, idle cove, have you not listened to a world I've said? She is imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain. That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead. Dead. If by happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. I understand, but I really need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. After a moment, he fishes around in his tunic for a mint, then plops into his mouth. Are you serious? Serious now. Why so serious? So butter-bent, so mole stubborn? He sighs, well, born clueless, you will die clueless. Yeah? All mazes have portals, this much I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location or even its form, but I am told its key. It's a piece of Ravel. A piece of Ravel? But if Ravel is mazed, how am I supposed to... Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel stained in it. Mayhap that is all I know. Oh, bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the profile of Slating Intellectualist. One of the ladies there is bound to have you met someone or know something that'll help. I see. Well, let's go there then.
I'm gone. All right.
It's kind of funny. It's a brothel of the minds, it seems.
Done.
Ooh, the music is nice. Fall from grace. Before you is a stunning golden-haired woman dressed in an azure and violet dress, with two long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders. She's surveying the room with a slight smile, and she's easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
Who are you?
Updated my journal.
I am called Fall from Grace. She studies you for a moment. You're new to Sigil, are you not? No, I suspect I have been here for quite some time, actually. Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. Indeed. Oh, I love the music. It's so good. I should look up the soundtrack afterwards. I did not expect this. Oh, it's finished, it seems. Yeah. Indeed, yes, but that's a long tale, perhaps longer than I knew. I'm more interested in what this place is. This is the brothel of slating intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake of this establishment? What kind of a brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than the simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in the verbal arts with others. Sounds dull, says Morty. I assure you it's not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. I may do that, but I had some questions first. Have you ever heard of a night hag named Revel? I am familiar with the name. Fulfragain's pauses and thinks for a moment. Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as a myth, but I suspect that she did exist and that she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. She looks puzzled. Why do you ask? I intend to seek her out. Truly, I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. Is this information available from no one else? I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge I need.
Updated my journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered the new meanings of evil. Yo, that's interesting. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. I realize that. Do you know anything else about Ravel? She was asked to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her action threatened the cage itself. So does that mean? I think the cage is meaning to be Sigil? Now she primarily exists only as a fiction, a figure in children's stories. Grace pauses. I imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with. How?
Updated my journal.
Revel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the latest prisons. What is the Grey Waste? A blighted plain that lies effectively between Butter and Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in a blood war. Oh, that's interesting. Is there anyone else who might know anything about her? Someone in the fest hall may know more of her, but I was there. Can I ask you some questions?
My journal.
I came here looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. I think she's a companion. Help? What kind of help you're looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In so doing, I have lost myself. You have been stricken with amnesia. Fall from Grace looks pained. How terrible. Do you have any idea how it happened? Not really, at least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary and everything before that is black. You awoke in the mortuary. I think the dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't know that for sure. Fall from Grace seems to be appraising you with renewed interest. Those scars on your body. She reaches out a hand, as if to touch you. May I? Yes. Fall from Grace drags your finger across your chest, lightly tracing the edges of your scars and following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. These scars do look as if they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. They certainly do, though some are more recent. Fall from Grace steps back. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, what do you intend to do now? I need to get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am, and what brought me to this state. Fall from Grace is still thinking, her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I never met a man who has lost himself in the literal sense. She raises an eyebrow. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. It is that. Fall from Grace nods. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of the students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories. I might do that. Can I ask some questions first? Would you like to join me on my travels? Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't need the likes of her, so we don't. Come on, Anna. Bar that, fiendling, Morta clicks his ticker. I'm all for the Sakura's coming with us. The powers know you're about as fun as passing a colt through your bubbles. You'd be sledge your bone buck skull, says Anna. Well, I'll rattle you so hard they'll be picking your teeth off the spire. Travel with you. Fall from Grace smiles slightly. She seems to be ignoring your companions. That is rather forward of you. That's the way I am. I appreciate your candor. I should counter with some of my own. Why should I travel with you? How exciting can this place be? I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you on your travels, I need far more compelling reason than that. I mean, you wouldn't be interested in traveling in an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested, she smiles slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. Then would you like to travel with me then? If you wish me to, then there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Oh. Very well. I will go speak to them then.
Updated my journal. Done.
I guess they're in the halls? Maybe not. What's this? As you make search of the armor, its handle suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawers slam themselves shut. A disdainful hump issues from the cabinet. Hello? Hello indeed. The armor gives another hump. So what have we here? A rogue after some ladies for undergarments? You talk? Do I? Why, yes I do. Who are you? I'm Louis. And who are you? Thoughtless and cool fellow, rummaging about in other people's things? Never mind that, what are you doing here? Well, sir, if you must know, I am being an armor. But why are you being an armor in this brothel? I happen to have become an armor because I want to be an armor. Thank you very much. It's not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers, where they can rub against my skin. Oh my god. Such accusations are an insult to a practitioner of the magic arts. I am merely soaking in experience of what it means to be an armor. The sights, the smells, the sensations. Oh, that's so funny. So all the women know about this then? Yes, yes they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts exactly, and well, they have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they are not exactly aware that I'm an armor. I would not want them to know that I'm anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon the matter. I see. I had some questions for you. Can you return to your normal form at will? Dermosh seems to think about this for a moment. I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides, there is no cause to change back at the present moment, since I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armor. It's a complex thing, to hold and sort soft, freely close, smelling of wondrous women. Oh my god. A drawer slides open and closed to sound mimicking a pleasant sigh. I had another question. Do you know anything about Revil Puzzle Well? Few folk who've dwelt in Sigil for any length of time don't. I must wonder though, what is it about her you wish to know? I mean, I need to find her. You're mad, you know, quite mad. Utterly barmy, I believe it's the common term for it. Revil was banished from Sigil long ago, and if she's not dead, you'll wish you were, should you somehow succeed in finding her. She's devoured all those who sought her before, it's said, and will likely do the same disservice. I would leave well enough alone. Well, that's all I wish to know.
All right.
You could be in an armor. Juliet, that's one of the students. There are 10 students, I think. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It's difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. Greetings. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes. I'm named Juliet. How may I? Oh, now would I mind? Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. What's wrong? Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can erase this dreadful, tedious passage. Why is your life so tedious? Alas, it is, she sighs, closing her eyes and massaging her temples, dreadfully boring. I see, I had some questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Juliet exhales a long and forlorn sigh. He really says he's not even really looking at you. Juliet, did you hear me? I was not truly listening, my apologies, but certainly thou hast not come simply to deliver a litany of questions on my life, of TBDM and my tedious doings. I see.
All right.
She's so bored with it all. Vivian, are you another student? This tall, elegant woman with her sharp features and rigid demeanor is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small phial dangles from her necklace. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent. How could a scent be erotic? What the hell? That seems to draw you towards her. Greetings. She looks you over, arching an eyebrow with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings, my name is Vivienne. I am to presume I'm being summoned? No, I just had some questions. Go on then. Was it that phial you have on your necklace? Vivienne looks down at the phial dangling from her throat. Oh, that. 'Tis a phial of perfume merely, I assure you, though. This particular aroma is no way compares to my personal scent, she says. Your personal scent? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. It is somewhat difficult to keep it in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know. with the ladies around here? She frowned. So, by any chance, have you smelled it somewhere? How can a scent go wandering? Vianne shakes her head. I hadn't meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and have been known to take my rarest perfumes for themselves. This time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I've worked on that scent, perfected it, and now, poof, it is gone. I need not bear such annoyances. Vivian stomps her feet. I want that scent back. I want it now. How would you know if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. This quite striking, especially to men. Well, okay, I guess I could help you. Via seems dubious. Are you certain? I do not wish to impose. No imposition. I expect the reward. Vian rolls his eyes. Should I have expected from your brutish mercenary appearance? Very well. Recover my scent and I shall aid you with yours. Mine? She smirks and points at you. Yours. That foul, vinegary smell. She sniffs, then wrinkles her nose. Tis your skin, too. No bathing will remove that stink. Oh, man. How would you do this, and how could you benefit me? To answer your first question, it possesses certain skills, magical in nature, which I shan't elaborate upon further, which allow me to create and change one's scent. And the benefits? You simply cannot deny the fact that the smell of a man or a woman plays an important part in how well one is received. Whether you've been told so or not, I'm quite certain people are at least a tad put off by that deathly aroma of yours. It might increase your charisma considerably to smell a bit better, you know? Yeah, probably thought that was the case, that I'm gonna get like +1 charisma or something. Very well, I found that scent for you. The deal is done then. Should you run across it, let me know. I'm somewhat anxious to get it back. It's a one-of-a-kind scent, really. Yeah, sure thing.
All right.
99 eyes. This petite, ecstatic young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Greetings. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny. And how are you? This is fine. She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh mine, you're hurt, she blinks. All over. Morty spins around you, marking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before you're covered in scars. They're all old scars, I'm fine. She nods quietly, lowering her hand. I had some questions. Huh? She can't seem to tear her eyes from your scars, so how shameful of me. Don't mind my rude staring. I'm not named Nenny. She makes a little curtsy. And it's my great pleasure to welcome you to our brothel for mislating its intellectual lusts. She returns to staring at your body. You have tattoos under those scars too. What's that one? She points at one of your tattoos. That one's looks fascinating. Look at the way the lines of ink. I think that's ink. She squints at the tattoo, then reaches out to touch it. Lawyer? I think that's ink. She traces a finger on the edge of the tattoo. Is that ink? And what a pattern! Look at the way the lines intersect here. She touches the center of the tattoo. That's simply amazing. She purses her lips and frowns in disappointment. I could make it out better if there weren't so many scars. There's nothing to be done about the scars, they're permanent. Oh, I'm sorry. Pox on me for even mentioning them. She cringes, but I have to know. Are you absolutely sure you're alright? I'm looking at you and I can't help but believe that you're not in some pain. I have amnesia, but that is all. Amnesia. Then he blinks, then brightens. Loss of memory. You're so lucky. She chimes perkily. Everything must be new to you. That's an angle I hadn't considered. Then he claps your hands delightedly. I'm so pleased I could open your mind to that idea. I have heard that's what being a sensate is all about. Bringing new experience to others. Sensate. I'm a senses, but I'm asking her about senses. They're so dreamy. They believe that you achieve understanding only through experiencing as much of the multiverse as possible. Taste this, listen to that, feel this, look at that, and there is so much out there. It's such a big place that it's difficult to take it all in sometimes. Had other questions? I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? What? Oh, I just can't. I can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm not good at it. It's not bad to point out a thief, Nanny. Oh, but I don't know if she's a thief. Manny buys her up and looks at you with bleeding eyes. If she's suspicious, you leave her to pick alone. Look, why don't you try and say something not nice about her? Alright, Nanny puts her hand on her lips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. Resists the temptation to laugh. Oh, dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? Not really. I knew it wouldn't be any good at this. She looks at you depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. Why don't you practice it on me, Nanny? I suppose you could try. She looks dubious. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie. She looks at you. How was that? Put more accent on brute. You big, nasty brute. Better. Now hit me. What is this? Nanny clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyway? Go ahead, do it lightly if you have to. Remember, I'm a mean, nasty brute. I deserve it. Nanny slaps you. You barely feel it. She still looks shocked and frightened. She hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Don't break character, Nanny. Come on, show me what you got. You gotta say something bad. Just let it all out. Oh, I mean, oh. Nanny draws her tiny frame to its full height. Balls her hands into fists, puts them on her hips, and scrunches up to her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damn be you. You deserve that all. For all the indignities you've put me through going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body, getting into fights and getting all scared up. What are the kids going to think, huh? Excellent. Oh, don't you excellent me, like I'm some back licker looking at your approval. I'm my own woman, and this woman is about to walk out of your life unless I get some solid commitment. Alright, that's enough of you, Nanny. Nanny punches you, belly flip. Take this. She punches you again, and this. She punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist-balling whirlwind. Flailing whirlwind. Okay, time to let go of the anger. Nanny sighs tiredly. Whew, that was easier than I thought. Not kidding. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you. Her question now. So what about Vivian's scent? Maybe I saw that mean Marisa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marisa not a very nice person. And that sure sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. Thanks, Nanny. That's all I wish to know.
All right.
Where's Marisa? Echo? No, that's not her. There's a secret room. Where does that lead? The brothel cellar.
Done.
And there's a caterer here. What does he have to say? The man, looking slightly puzzled, nods as you approach. Greetings, sir. Might I ask how you came in to be here? I just came down those stairs through that strange door I found. I'd best work on concealing it a bit better then, he shrugs. Then smiles at you. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You're not supposed to be down here, really, but it's alright if you look about for a bit. Had some questions. He smiles nervously. I really shouldn't even allow you down here, let alone be chatting with you. Please, no questions for now. Tell me what this place is at least. It's where the lady's sensory stones are kept. They use them as diaries of a sort. You won't be able to use them if that's what you're thinking. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel, so that only she may access the stone.
Updated my journal.
I see.
All right.
So if Marissa, I guess, denies that she stole something, we could probably convince her to use the stone. Or let us use the stone. Maybe, that's what I'm guessing at least. Kisai Seri. No, that's not her. Kimaxia Adratan. Eves the Tail Chaser. I'm looking for Marissa. Doesn't seem to be here. Oh, there she is. This is like a dark room. Is she a vampire? Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a sharply female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing on her face. Greetings. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger thrown across stone. Yes. Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like so rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound like a slight breeze, or the hissing of serpents. Or maybe she's a Yanti. Ooh, creepy shit. Yeah, Morty says. Apologies, my lady, I wasn't sure if someone was here. The woman gave a slight But it would seem there is someone in this room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way then? Not just yet, I had some questions. Ask. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? No, not a clue. I had other questions. I was told you were seen sneaking away from Vivian's chambers recently. Is that connected with her missing scent somehow?
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issue from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of your perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got a personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. If you'll not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps forever took my crimson veil, took Vivian's scent as well. Your veil has been stolen. My veil, my crimson veil. Have you seen it, perchance? Is it just a normal veil? Marissa sighs quietly. No, not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Why do you need to hide your face? Enough of these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now what do you want? I had some questions. Why do you remain behind the screen? It is your wish that I step away from the partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs, and there is the sound of scales sliding on scales. Oh, she's a snake, so I guess. Nah, I think not. The darkness suits me, and doubtless suits you as well. Please come into the light. Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now what do you want? Surely you do not come all this way to see me. I do want to see what you look like. You have no such want. Oh, I do. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. Are you a human male? I think so. You think so? How could you not know? I really have no sure idea of what I am. Truly, that is almost interesting. There's the sound of hissing on the darkness. Continue. Describe yourself to me. It's so kinda, I don't know. Uh, Anonymous people meeting each other in an anonymous chat. Such good writing. I'm enjoying this. I'm tall, muscular, and horribly scared. Scarred. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How are you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know. Now describe yourself for me. Marisa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, half made up of writhing asps and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut. You sound very exotic looking, Marisa.
Updated my journal.
Marisa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing. Oh, I am. And my myriad glance turns living things to stone. Oh, that's it. From beings of flesh to statuary with only the part of an eyelash. That's why she needs the veil, I guess. Oh, living things to stone. Could you, you turn, say, a limb into a statue? I suppose I could. Had you a limb, and I were inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined, had I had a my Christmas veil. See, I had some other questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle?
Updated my journal.
No, do you? You hear another side from to the darkness. Go ask Eves. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something of use. Forget to ask.
All right.
The Tail Chaser. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft, sea-green eyes. Greetings. Greetings, I am Eves, the Tail Chaser. What a coincidence. I do chase tails. Morty says, like a dog's tail. That's what he says. What he means, at least. Eves continues unperturbed. Have you come to trade tails? I'd like to trade tails. Eves nods. I would like that very much, yes. Tell her the story of the Alley of Lingerer's Eyes. Eves leans forward as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth, and she seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a modron is? No, I do not. Modrons are a creature of total law, almost more machinery than living things. There are many different sorts of modron, but all have their place in a very rigid, carefully organized hierarchy. So dedicated are they to this system that they cannot communicate with or even consider the existence of moderns who are not their immediate superiors or inferiors. I understand now. Then I shall tell you the tale of the clock and the quadrome. Wait, I had a question. I'm trying to find Marisa Crimson Whale, or... Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle Whale? The tale of Ravel Puzzle Whale, Frightened of Children, begins and ends with the question, what can change the nature of a man? That's interesting. Go on. Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her. Those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrific fate, always more terrible than the last victim's. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. Perhaps it's her who cursed us with immortality then. I would say that's quite possible. Go on. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? Go on. It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigurd itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magic that threatened to open the cage, and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. Or perhaps the cage is something that keeps the other planes from going into Sigil. That might also be the case. Go on. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there is no one to petition. For Ravel herself is gone or lost to the plains. What other questions? Wait, there's more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. What else can you tell me about this silent prostitute? Echo? Eves frowns, thinking. I once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. Ask Dolora, though. I understand that she sometimes meets with one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. What are the questions? I'm trying to find Marissa's Crimson Veil. Do you know where it might be? Eve shakes her head. But Marissa is an interesting tale. Would you hear it? Yes, go ahead. Once upon a time, in a world of heroes and a time of petty childish gods, there were three sisters cursed with a hideous appearance. They were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly, yet left that world with its shame behind, but exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of self. I had other questions. Doesn't seem like she knows where that thing is. But I'm glad that I bought the lizard's tongue, because now I'm thinking I just have to give that to Echo, and she'll be speaking again. The striking young woman has skin the color of a burnished copper. A translucent white dress held precariously by the golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. Greetings. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. Had some questions, she nods. Why can't you communicate? She sighs softly and nods. Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Her eyes widen in surprise. She gives you a beaming smile, rolling her eyes and shaking her head. May I ask something else then? Who are you? She smiles and curtsies, Opal offers no response. Is your name Echo? She nods. smiling pleasantly. Had some other questions. Why can't I give the tongue to her? What can you tell me about this place? Do you know anything about Razor Puzzle? She eyes flash and she smiles, she nods at you.
Updated
What do you
my
know of her? She simply looks at you. Why can't you communicate? Well, perhaps I could use it. Maybe not. I have the fiend's tongue, but I can't use it on her. What if I speak to Fall from Grace?
How may I help you?
Had some questions. What can you tell me about the girls here? The women here are Spanish sensites. They have come to me in a search of instruction to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. I see, so the ladies here as the ladies in training, so to speak. Yes. I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is only as limited as their command of the language. To be able to employ language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Yeah, it is. I see. Can I ask you some questions? No, it doesn't seem like she can tell me anything about that. I think I was told to speak to Delora as well. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman, she is blonde and a sprite, has a cultured, refined look about her, and she turns to you. As she turns to you, you note that her eyes, which you had previously thought to be grey, are the color of brushed steel. Greetings. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings, I am called Delora. May I serve you somehow? In what ways can you serve me, Delora? She blinks her eyes, then touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently, if that's what you wish. I'm also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something, though I have the materials for few such games here. Could I ask you a few questions? Delora casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I am willing to serve you as a patron, but I have no wish to answer the question this time. My apologies, but I fear you should simply have to bear with that for the time being. What's wrong? Anything I can help you with? She looks up from the floor and into your eyes. Once more you've struck by the pale smoothness of skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think, all things shall be resolved. Are you certain there is nothing I could do? Certain, Delora pauses, as if thinking. No, I am not. My first love, marry man, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy. Why don't you seek him out? Speak to him. Delora shakes her head. I may not leave this place. The reason why are deeply personal and not to be shared with strangers. Even ones who might bestow a kindness upon me But suffice to say that I cannot seek out Merryman myself. Then I'll find this Merryman and speak to him on your behalf.
Journal.
Dolor nods, and the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merryman, I should be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation, so I wish to ask him at the Civil Fest Hall. Radiant on when I do that.
I'm gone.
Why can't I give the fiend's tongue to her? It's said that once placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech, even there is nothing before. Perhaps it's used for something else. Oh, they could even walk around and close doors. Let's talk to her. This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy, raven-colored hair, bluish skin and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies which have fires lit behind them. Though she is not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. Greetings. The woman's voice is deep and sensuous. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I'm Kesai Seri. So tell me, what I might do for you? Anything, Morta cries. Do anything you want to me. Kesai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Morte. Truly, though. Please, what can I do for you? What do you usually do for the patrons? Talk, of course, usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kesai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like me to tell me yours? Don't be shy. I've heard everything, you know? Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. I don't have dreams, actually. Kisai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly, how sad. Even fiends and divas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Quite certain, no dreams at all. Too peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. Well, I had some questions. Kisai blinks her crimson eyes at you, awaiting your question. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Yes, that's Seko. She's very sweet but so quiet. I understand that she has said something once which caused some great tragedy, and because of that she'll never speak again. Kisai shrugs, smiling. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if that's true. Try asking Delora. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo, back from a time when Echo was speaking. Delora, I should ask Delora. Giving MT, what's your philosophy? Hello, welcome to the stream. Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is that like a mechanic in game for a philosophy? Like a faction maybe? I've joined the Sensets. I found it to be quite fun. With the stones and such. I'm trying to currently find out about the Rivals puzzle well. But so far I'm at a loss. I know she's in some kind of maze, but I don't know how to get there, basically. That's all I wish to know. Let's speak to Delora. Wait, she was here just now. Yeah, which faction did you choose? Yeah, I chosen the Sensets. I've played this maybe like once, but never have I gotten this far. I know there are a bunch of others. I think you could join the KS man. But for now, I've joined the census. Dolores' eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find them? Has she agreed to return the keys to my heart? No, not yet. Every faction has a different philosophical view.
Done.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe the senses have an idea that you have to experience everything, I guess. The Chaos Man, that life is absurd and chaos. What about Dustman though? That life is not worth living? You can choose 5 total. Wait, so I can join all of them basically, or what?
All right.
Where? Wait, let me read my journal. What was it? Dolora the Keys. Oh yeah, Civic Fest Hall. Merryman. Yeah, that's right. Oh, I should try that.
All right.
I thought it's like there are 15 of them. So 15 philosophical views. That's interesting.
All right.
Hey, thanks for telling me that. I had no idea actually. I should try this.
Done.
Where is Merryman? Well, maybe I should ask the splinter person. I had some questions. There was someone I was looking for here. Merryman. Merryman is usually pacing back and forth around the lecture halls. Travel through the middle door and the eastern wall, and then door beyond that as well. He will likely be watching within the hallway you'll find yourself in. No problem. Yeah. Sure, man. That's all we wish to know. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Should be somewhere around here. Where is he? Maybe in the lecture rooms. Death's Advocate. Yeah, I spoke to him before though. Oh, there he is. He looks like a dwarf. This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old cogger. What does cantankerous mean? Let me look that up real quick. Bad-tempered, argumentative, and uncooperative. Oh, I see. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merryman my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion of shouting your way so loudly. Wait, the lawyer wanted me to speak with you. Merryman eyes you suspiciously. Is that so? About what, eh? Well? She says that you are her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings, in any case. She pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. So he actually has the keys, it seems. Those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are. Dolores a construct. Didn't you know that? Oh, that's interesting. Blade Runner vibes. A creature of sorcery and clockwork. Mechanics she is. And one of my finest creations. Merryman sighs. Chaz. Hi, what's up, CRT? How's Planescape? I'm loving it. Hey, thanks for checking out the stream. I remember you from... I think the very first one I did, you've tuned in to see. I'm loving it so far. I think it's really cool. Gotta go for a while, my guy. Yeah, sure thing, man. Thanks for checking this out. Oh, I've joined the Sunsets. I've listened to a bunch of lectures, and not only that the lectures are interesting, but that there's like a brothel of intellectual lusts, and I find that so funny. And I don't know, it was cool to read all that kind of, even though it might be a bit tiring, I guess. But I find it really interesting. Also, this I've been told just now that you could join 5 factions, so there are 15 of them. And I know maybe of 3 of them. I have no idea what the other 12 factions might be. Sick, I love the sunset, yeah. I haven't yet checked all of the sensory stones though. Maybe like 2 or I've gone into the private ones, I've read all of them. Yeah, there are a lot. Maybe I should do like a dedicated stream on that, just reading all that stuff. Might be interesting. Merriman sighs, but cold without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Oh my god. So he made the robot without feelings, placed him or her into a brothel of intellectual lusts, and she started to become sentient. That's really interesting. Highly recommend looking at the stones. No spoilers, but it's worth it. I've checked the private ones. Maybe the spoilers are somewhere there. And I'm still looking for Revel, but I suspect that in one of the other stones you could get some info on where to find the mice, I guess. What was it? I might be some... could improve my stats maybe as well. I don't know. Or there's also one thing. I got the tongue of fiends, and it says on the tooltip of the item that you could use it and make someone speak. But there's a woman in that brothel, and she couldn't speak at all. I don't think I could give her the tongue to speak. But maybe I'm just... that's not how you're supposed to do it, I guess. Why don't you return the keys to her? Merriman scowls. Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can't get, get something out of you. I see. Go on then. What do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences. So I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. Huh. So, do I just wallop you in the back of the head or what? No, you bloodthirsty Lomax. I need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draught of the river Styx, something like that. I'll return if I find something.
Done.
Oh, maybe I could visit the curiosity shop and ask around for some kind of a potion there. Or maybe I have something. No, I don't think I have anything of that sort.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe I could ask Splinter. Got some questions. Doesn't seem like he knows anything about that.
Done. Done.
Let's go to the curiosity shop, I guess. Wait, so I could walk through there. Just the AI hadn't figured it out. Before I made them run away this way. When I clicked from here to there. And they couldn't run, I guess. Virishka.
All right.
had some questions. I'll entertain any questions about the merchandise, but I'm not going to be drawn into one of your famous 20 questions about anything around the Spire, understood? Yeah. What did you mean by calling Morte prevaricating? Prevaricating means representing, perjuring, dissimulating, lying, or did I say that? I mean the floating, disembodied, pontificating skull, as in dogmatic, always stating an opinion in a self-imported manner. Vrishka smiles innocently. I see. Had some other questions. Guess I could see the exotic items. What is the Gorgon solve? Examine a bottle labeled at the Gorgon solve. Vrishka holds it up for you. I traded for this with some sword slinging prime worlder. Perseus, I think, was his name. Smeared onto the surface of any being turned to stone, it will revert them to flesh. Only 100 copper commons. A bargain, considering how handy it might come in. Should you ever find a fiend of yours transmuted to rock? Might be worth it. There was one lady who could, I guess, turn things to stone, but not yet. Metallic cube figurine. You examine a small metal replica of a cube-like creature with huge eyes on one of its faces. The toy has 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 folding wings, and at least 18 points of articulation. Virishka smiles at you. Pick it up. A collector's item. Perhaps a piece of artwork, who knows, but I like it. If you do buy it, ask around. Someone might know more about it than I. You can have it for 1,500 copper coins. 1,500? That's a lot of money, but if someone knows more about this, well, let me buy it. I have enough money. What's about the... wait. What's monster jug? You examine a plain-looking jug. Despite its common appearance, you feel reluctant to touch the thing, as if it might bite you. Virishka watches you, chuckling, then shrugs. It's a jug. It's got some sort of monster trapped in it. That's why your hair's prickling up like that. If you'd like it, it's only 123 copper. No. It's front of the store. That's a lot of money, but it's a cool item. Yeah, I've bought it. I'm not sure who to ask about it, who could tell me more of it. But I guess I'll find out. Examine the baby oil. What's that? You examine a number of small bottles, each labeled as baby oil. Virishka picks one up and presents it to you. Interested? It's the real thing, of course. Thousands of mewing, mortal babies went to the making of this stuff. Oh. Even if I wanted, I couldn't buy it. No thanks. Let me see the other stuff. Codex of the Inconceivable. Examine a rather unassuming book held close by a tiny brass lock. That, Kuz Virishka, is the Codex of the Inconceivable. I'll only say that is just, well, I cannot explain it. Mere words simply won't suffice. You can only warn it yourself for a mint 1,000 copper commons, and believe me, it's well worth it. Oh, I don't have the money, that's what's up. Hell yeah. I could sell, I think I should buy the codex because it seems interesting. If it's inconceivable, and I guess that comprehension is based on intelligence, and I have a ton of intelligence on this character because he's a mage, obviously. It might be worth picking that up. Diva's Tears. You examine a small glass vial labeled as Diva's Tears. These were collected from a diva who was captured during a blood war skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for eons before he at last escaped. The small bottle holds the 12 tears he shed in that time. Their price is but 100 copper commons. I don't know. Let me see, there's some other stuff. Elixir of Horrific Separation. Examine a bottle labeled at Elixir of Horrific Separation. Virishka presents it to you. This stuff was compounded by a scholar who had found she possessed a darker half, a side of her which took control at times and bade her to do awful things. This potion was to have split the darkest half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. I charge you only 200 copper commons for the elixir. Might be useful, I'll take it. Wise choice. Yeah, I'm sure. What, no, I guess I gotta check the back. What about the stained lens? You examine a stained ground glass lens, the width of your hand, held in a brushed steel ring. A small geared protrusion coming off the ring makes it look as if the lens should attach to some sort of a clockwork machine, and it smells faintly of horrible perfume. Virishka holds it up to you. I have no idea what this really is, but it radiates fairly powerful magic, and also your name, Gisis, brought it up to me from the lower plane battlefield. He had murdered his own men in order to escape his tour of duty there, and brought me a number of interesting items he collected over the course of the campaign. I've kept it mostly as a conversation piece, though you may have it for 149 copper coins if you'd like. Wait, I couldn't... I don't think I could tell no. Maybe I just... too much text and I didn't see the option. That might be the case. What about... the rune-covered ale stain. You examine a larger pewter ale stain covered in strange runes. Virishka holds it up for you to see more closely. An ale mug of unusual manufacture, which keeps its contents, usually beer of course, icily cold wherever the surrounding temperature. 299 copper commons, and you'll enjoy the frostiest ale you've ever had outside the paraplane of ice. Sounds cool. To have in real life, that is. What about the charms? Doesn't seem like there's anything that could make the dude forget. But this is all pretty interesting. What is Heart of the Frosterer? Minor artifact. Summons the Somian. Usable only by evil and neutral characters. The strange object is said to be the Heart of Frosterer. According to legend, the Frosterer was a sorcerer who built his empire upon the plain of Shale many centuries ago. He was rumored to have 3,333 hearts, and each of them carried in it a different evil he had committed in his lifetime. One of the evils he has committed was the discovery of how to summon the Somian and bind them to his will. It is said that the Frosterer was carried away by these beasts after he invoked them against some ancient foe, leaving only his hearts behind. According to planar scholars, the Somian are Fiendish horses. Oh, I was wondering, what are the Somian? Fiendish horses said to have been born from the blood of the last of the Nightmare Lords. They're not so much flesh and blood, but an abstract given substance. They come to anyone who seeks revenge and bind themselves to them. They were born from a great treachery at the Glue Meet, the time when the fiends gather to speak to the others of the kind. The nightmares ride the skies to gather the fiends to this meeting, acting as messengers. While the fiends saw the nightmares are helpful, convenient, saw the allies as helpful, convenient allies, they had grown tired of bartering with the last of the Nightmare Lords for this consent to use them. So the fiends called the Glue Meet only for the purpose of killing. They lured the Nightmare Lords there to kill him, and when he arrived, the fiends set upon him. He beseeched the other nightmares for aid, but they only watched, their eyes aflame as their lord was attacked. The fiends tried to put him in a dead book. They scattered the earth with caltrops covered with the foulest poisons in the hells, hurled bubble cold iron spears a league wide into him, and when he tried to take it to the to air to escape, they turned the sky alight with magic, blinding his eyes white. They struck at him with everything in their hateful arsenal, but no matter what they struck him with, he was too proud to die. Oh, that's interesting. They hounded him to the edge of the outlands, firing their cruel arrows and spears into him until he staggered into the hinterland mist and died there, or so it said. That's some lore. It said that the Nightmare Lord stumbled into the mists of the hinterlands. His dark blood left a steaming trail across the landscape. Wherever his blood fell, the outland itself cried out, wailing like a banshee, uttering the cries of the Nightmare Lord without... wait, what? Uttering the cries the Nightmare Lord would not. Less than a year later, the Soimian rode from the hinterland seeking any nightmares and fiends where they could find them. The cries were the same as had risen from the blood wounds on the outlands, and their minds were to focus only on revenge. It is said that gripping the heart of the Soimian and wishing harm upon another will cause them to appear. The Soimian will answer the user's call, then fade into the mists from which they came. Not sure if that's a one-use item, but it might be worth it. Also, it's like obviously devilish with the nines and all. Oh, what's else in here? Teeth of the Fire Drake. Oh, I think that's for Morte. These teeth look like the lumps of charred bones than actual teeth. Although their origin is unknown, it can be deduced that they were taken from some sort of fire-breathing creature. Using the teeth grants the very certain benefits normally possessed by such creatures. 3 to 8 fire damage and immunity to fire. That's pretty cool. Costs a pretty penny though. What is this Hammer of the Communion? 4 to 14 crushing and 6 acid damage. That's a lot. Research reveals that this is a formidable weapon indeed, far superior to a noble sledgehammer. This warhammer, also called the Hammer of the Communion. Oh no, Communition. Hammer of Communition. Delivers a devastating strike that not only inflicts crushing damage, but also fractures any surface it contacts, whenever bone, metal, or wood, inflicting extra damage. And if the victim survives, it also softens him for the next attack. The Hammer of Communition was used extensively by Enote, a Doomguard priest in 14 EU, a philosopher who was prone to violent mood swings while debating theology. He was known to espouse the virtues of the hammer as a means of furthering the decay of dead matter. Whether or not what he struck with the hammer was dead or alive before the blow is open to debate. I see. Mordor's Rabbi. Oh, that's the one that I bought. Modern Cube. The intricacy of this toy is incredible. Its joints are composed of tiny gears, cogs, pulleys, and swivel joints, and there are even tiny springs on the legs that help support the feet. There's a little switch on the back that moves the eyes back and forth, and the wings are made of some tissue-like metal that folds up neatly when the wings are flush with the body. Despite the toy's awkward shape, it rests easily on any surface, no matter how uneven. That's strange. Huh. I have some lens. The scope looks like someone spilled beer on it and it smells faintly of some horrible perfume. I might be... No, I can't identify it yet. Well, it seems that I couldn't find what I needed here, at least. It's all convoluted.
The sweet smell of sensates and governors.
Sure thing, Morty. But I guess I could try to take the cube to the Modrons that I saw.
I'm gone.
There they are. The strange cubic creature seems to be as much machine as it is organic. As you approach the thing, it silently stares at you with wide, unblinking eyes. Its face hasn't the slightest trace of emotion on it. Come on, Chief, says Morty. We're in a building full of some of the sexy chits this side of the multiverse, and you're stopping to talk to the Modrons. Ignore Morty, greet the Modron. His voice has a metallic, reverberating quality to it, as if it were more a sound played out on some warped musical instrument than true speech. Your greeting is returned. There is a soft click on the creature as the creature blinks. An awkward silence hangs in the air between the two of you. Had some questions. Identify yourself to us. I'm not sure who I am. We would know why this is so. I don't know myself, I just can't remember. All things should have a name, all things should be identified. We find your answer unsatisfactory. Oh yeah, because they're lawful beings, and machines basically. But it shall have to suffice for the present. The creature pauses and blinks at you. We would identify ourselves as Modrons. Quadron type, winged variant to the subject. Some questions now. The subject is free to ask a question. Do you know what this little cute toy creature is? The Modron. Its appearance identical in every aspect but size to the object in your hands. Blinks once, twice, then speaks. The object is a portal cube. The user is to position the appendages of the portal cube in such a manner that it will activate. Once activated, the portal cube will transport the user to whatever destination it was tuned to during its creation. So it's a portal. What's the proper position to activate this one? We do not have that information. Over 97% of all portal cubes function in a slightly different manner. We are not present at the construction of the subject's portal cube, nor have we ever been given instructions on as to its use. Should the subject desire to utilize the portal cube, they will have to determine its method of operation and destination via experimentation. I see. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle? Well, we know nothing of any being or object possessing such an appellation. What about Marissa's Crimson Whale? We do not. If you are not currently in the process of doing so, we would suggest the methodical approach and question of which deity happens to do this building. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, I guess. I'm trying to find Vivian's scent. Do you know where it might be? We do not. If you are not currently in the process of doing, yeah, same thing. Well, at least they told me that I have to do something. Subject is not playing the game with the human whale. But there is a Doloro only. Oh. Are they commenting about her? It must be. They know she's a construct as well. Let's try to use a Modron. The small metal toy is a replica of a cube-like creature with huge eyes in one of its faces. The toy has 2 legs, 2 arms, and 2 folding wings, and at least 18 points of articulation. Maybe it's a collector's item. Move the arms and make sword fighting noises. The toy clicks and reels as you move it clockwork joints. Within moments, the tiny cube has vanquished every imaginary opponent you have sent against it and settled back to its normal position. Wave its arms and make cheering noises. Hordes of imaginary creatures from across the plane cheer for the cube's victory. You can almost see a tiny oily tear brimming on one of its sides. It's a hero, the greatest cube to ever roam the plains, and everyone loves it. In your mind, fall from grace and Anna, hug it and shower it with kisses. Manipulate the toy and look for some sort of effect. You bend, twist, and rotate the toy in various points of articulation, noting that the limbs often suddenly revert to their original position. Finally, as you bend its left knee, the toy makes a note pop and shudders in your hands. Rotate the left arm. The toy limbs suddenly revert to the original position with a soft click. What was the knee? Left knee. Bend the left knee. The toy makes a note pop and shudders in your hands. Bend the right knee. No, that wasn't it. What about left knee, right arm? Nope. Left knee, left wing. Yeah, that's correct. Right wing. Yeah, that's correct. Left knee, left wing, right wing. Left arm? Nope. Left knee. Left wing, right wing. What was it? Right arm? Oh, it worked. There is a whir and a click, then a blinding white light suddenly explodes in your hands. Modron foyer. Interesting music. What does this thing have to say? You see a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 small wings sprouting from its sides. On the front of the cube is an animated face. As you approach, the creature focuses its eyes upon you. Greetings. The creature focuses emotionless eyes on you. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to Rubicon, the dungeon construct. Thank you for choosing Rubicon for your dungeoneering experience. You may access Rubicon through this door. I'm guessing this is some sort of an optional dungeon. What's a Rubicon? What is Rubicon? It must be an Armored Core reference. It weirdly fits because it's like constructs, and that game is about mechanical mechs as well. And it's called Fires of Rubicon. Okay, what is a dungeon construct? The creature blinks at you but gives no indication. It has heard your question. Well, it seems that left in the dark. I have the item. I guess if I walk through the door, I'm just going back through this. That would probably... Oh, what? You see a mechanical man with pale green skin. Although it is obviously a construct, it does have an animated face which is scowling at you. Greetings. Die in the name of evil wizard. The creature brandishes a weapon at you. This is like I don't know. It's a game within a game. I love it. Or at least a reference to a game within a game. And the same game as that. What evil wizard are you talking about? The creature stops waving its weapon and pauses to think for a moment. The one that doesn't exist until you set the Rubicon dungeon construct to hard difficulty level. Boy, you will be in trouble then. Meanwhile, die in the name of evil wizard. Defend yourself. Low threat construct. Let's hope it's actually low threat.
I'm gone.
This place stinks a lot.
Oh yeah. Doesn't seem too difficult to beat it. Them, I mean. So I could go back, I guess, tell the Rubicon to set it to hard difficulty. Greetings. No, I can't tell anything to him. What about this room? I can't walk through here.
Hear your words.
Perhaps it opens later.
I'm gone.
This is closed, it seems. You see a mechanical man with pale green skin, although it is obviously a construct, it does have an animated face which is scowling at you. Greetings. Grr, the greeting growls at you and then pauses. Am I supposed to be frightened by that? It looks like a grr. It makes a feeble, threatening gesture toward you. I asked if you am supposed to be frightened by that. It stares at you for a moment while considering your question. Yes, grr is a sound indicative of a threat. I have included an appropriate gesture to add weight to the threat. Fear is the anticipated response which will give me the advantage in the fight that follows. It leads to the attack. Defend yourself.
Done.
Oh, it has some kind of a blue lens. Perhaps it's useful in the dungeon. Let's give all my garbage to someone else. That should be enough.
Done.
So it seems like I can only go this way. You see a mechanical man with pale green skin. Same thing, yeah. Die in the name of evil wizard. The creature brandishes a weapon at you. Could I ask him the same thing? What evil wizard are you talking about? Yeah.
All right.
There is no evil wizard. A goodie? What's a goodie? It looks like a small stone rod of some sort, interesting but useless. Is it really though? I'm not sure.
I'm gone.
Greetings. Eek. The creature suddenly stops scowling at you and adopts a look of mock terror. Eek. It is the hero sent here, no doubt, to slay the evil one. Woe to me, the hapless construct on duty at the time of this arrival. What are you going on about? The creature places its hands on its hips and frowns at you. The plot, you dolt. Stick to the plot. How do you expect me to play my part when you do not cooperate? Where were we? It pauses to think for a moment. Oh, I remember. I was about to trounce you. Oh, he got destroyed.
I'm gone.
You see a mechanical, yeah, something. Die in the name of evil wizard. Who are you? I'm just another faceless minion of evil who must either destroy or be destroyed by. It's a joke, right? The creature face becomes a showcase of various emotions until it settles into one that feels to be appropriate. You mock me. Die, putrid offspring of a humanoid female. It leaps to the attack. Oh, now it splits. What is the dark one going on about?
I'm gone.
A clue. Ooh. This cryptic piece of parchment simply states, you now have a better understanding of what's going on. I think those are... what would you call them? Kind of like imitations of quest items. So they have a useless item in there because games tend to have that kind of thing sometimes. Ooh. Probably should throw that away.
Done. I'm gone.
Oh, I lost Marta for a second. But he was right there. Greetings. Die in the name of evil wizard. Who are you? Wait, I mean... What are you? Am I light? Combat construct program to kill all intruders who dare to challenge us. Rubicon. Defend yourself. Would it show me? No, not the whole map.
All right.
Well, it's a literal maze. A clue. Greetings. What are you doing? I'm enacting the script that was attached to my model type by the Rubicon dungeon construct. Now I'm going to become hostile and either kill you or die by your hand. Sure. I wonder if they respawn.
I feel stronger.
If I go back, for example. No, they don't. That's good to know. This way I will know if I had visited the room before or not. Engineering room. That's where they make all the games. Oh. You see a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs and 2 small wings sprouting from its sides. Greetings. Greetings. The creature speaks with a monotone, sexless voice. The Rubicon dungeon is randomly generated, if I'm remembering right. Oh, that's cool. I wondered if such a thing was possible. It's like a little roguelike. That's pretty cool. I'm really enjoying this so far. Had some questions. What is this place? Rubicon Dungeon Construct. What exactly is that? Modern frowns at you, then glances about the room. We should know. We should know we are modern. We are part of the whole. We information not available. Address your query to the engineer. Where to find the engineer? Modern glasses about, we do not know. Information not available, we are confused. What are you doing here? Awaiting instruction. Instruction for what? The modern gives you a blank look. Instructions for what task you need to be performed. What tasks? It's like, I think that's almost a reference to Baldur's Gate 2. Because in the beginning you could tell some kind of another construct. He wanted tasks as well. What tasks? Just what is it that you do here? The modern frowns at you and glances above. We should know we're modern. Maybe that's the engineer. Greetings. Greetings. How do I get out of here? Modern hesitates before answering. Exit unavailable. Project halted. The room is filled with confused buzzing sound that suddenly stops. What project? What are you talking about? This is Rubicon Dungeon Construct project. What exactly is that? Modern begins to emit a soft humming sound as it answers you. Rubicon. Project goal is to determine the dynamics, both social and social, surrounding the environment commonly constructed as a dungeon, and to attempt to explain the aberrations that tend to occur in such environments. Oh my god, lol, I didn't think of that. Yeah. I guess you mean the Baldur's Gate reference. But I'm not sure which. I think Baldur's Gate references this. I would guess. How do you intend to do that? Rubicon is capable of forming a series of rooms linked in such a fashion as to form what is commonly referred as to us as a dungeon. Each dungeon can have one of 3 difficulty settings. easy, normal, or hard. The dungeon is then populated with monsters, traps, and treasure according to the difficulty level chosen. After creation, the dungeon can be fully explored. The modern begins to emit low hum. I'd like to try out one of these dungeons. There is a significant pause before the modern answer. Request denied. Project halted due to accident. What accident? Dungeon construct became unstable. Cause uncertain. Failsafes activated causing dungeon to collapse. Cause uncertain. Portal lens malfunctioned causing contact with home plane of Mechanus to be severed. Cause uncertain. Reset or dungeon necessary. But then why don't you reset it? Reset can only initiate by project director. Project director disintegrated. Portal lens has malfunctioned and contact with Mechanus severed. Cannot acquire replacement director from Mechanus. You can't reset without director, but you can't get a director without resetting. Fatal crash. Looks worried and begins to fidget. Assessment correct, project halted. Look, I'm an adventurer and I've been through some dungeons in my day. Why not let me be your director? The room suddenly filled with a buzzing sound that just as suddenly subsides. Assistants welcome. You're now project director. Advise on next task. Reset the dungeon. Initiating reset. The room is filled with a low framing sound that can be felt rather than heard. Collapsing existing dungeon. The sound rises in power until the floor begins to vibrate. Initializing new dungeon. The sound rises in volume until you think your head is about to explode. Suddenly the room goes quiet. Reset complete. Dungeon construct status easy. Awaiting further instruction, director. So I guess I could escape from this one, now that they have resetted it. Are there any dangers associated with Rubicon? Yes, director. Do not become separate first from any companions following in the maze. If the maze were to be reset, or a new difficulty setting chosen, anyone left in the maze would be killed. I see. And you will not reform a party while in the maze. Anything else? Yes, director, do not drop items or equipment in the maze. If the maze were to be reset, or a new difficulty setting chosen, any items would be destroyed. That's interesting.
Updated my journal.
Have some questions. Could you soft lock the game if you did that? If you drop something like a quest item? But I'm not sure if you couldn't complete it. Probably you could still complete the game, but some quests would not be able to be completed because you thrown out some items. I want to create a dungeon. Change it to hard. Collapsing core in dungeon. Dungeon created. Probably would regret that. But I should be able to handle it, I hope. What should I get? More intelligence. I'm hoping that there are saving throws that are based on your intelligence. So by increasing intelligence, I get more of a chance that my spells go through. But that might not be the case. And I've wasted a bunch of points, basically. Oh, here we are, in the beginning again. That's the engineering room. Oh, high threat construct. You see a mechanical man with a volcanic red skin along one arm. It watches you approach with a wary eye. Greetings. It cocks its head to one side and gives you a questioning look. Why do you persist in questioning us? I do not understand. There is always the chance that I might learn something. It looks away for a moment in thought. Returning its gaze to you, it nods its head in agreement. Yes, I suppose that's true. Let me teach you about pain. It lives to attack. Aren't you the cheesy villain? Oh, it certainly packs a punch. should be fine though.
Jaw is hanging on my rib. Would you give me a hand here? What's up? Sure, why not?
Near death already. Oh, it's Morty who deals the most damage. Bag of coins and a silver ring. Small bag filled with some strange coins. The coins have unusual pictures and writing on them. They don't appear to be of any value. Yeah, because we use coppers basically. I guess I could try to rest in this place. Rest party? Too dangerous to rest.
All right.
What about in the other room? I'm guessing it would reset the minions if I did that though. 2 days. No, hadn't reset anything.
Right.
So basically can complete this without any trouble. Oh, but 2 of them. Greetings. What are you doing? I'm taking note of where your vital organs are located. Now that I have completed that, compiled that information, I will use it to inflict some serious pain upon you. Defend yourself.
I'm gone.
Oh. I guess I could try to damage them. Run away and return.
All right.
Do the same thing. Or I should try magic missile. Mobile lightning. 17 damage.
In all things.
What was the... He had some kind of a spell that was basically like magic missile. There it is. Badly injured.
Right.
Anna is in trouble.
Did you see that? Damn it. It is I.
I'm gone.
Darkon is getting beaten up.
Endure.
I should leave.
Enduring grow strong.
I'm gone.
Ooh. Let's rest again.
I'm gone.
Oh, they spawned.
Gone.
Oh, they're uninjured. Okay, I should try something. How about Elysium Steers?
I hear your
Darkon, you cast Rain of Anger. Cinematics. I wonder why they did it that way. Or maybe that's if that was in the original as well, or if that's an enhanced edition. Because it's like it's really interesting. I couldn't have guessed for it to be done in such a way.
I will hear you.
Done.
There you go. Oh, I walked into the wrong room. But at least they didn't reset the health. There you go. I could beat this one with my hands. Or I guess you could say
Why not?
Mortis teeth. Let's try ball lightning. 18 damage. That worked.
Done.
Red charm. Copper coins.
Balance in all things.
Mage spellbook. I probably have some slots. Ball lightning, I guess. And curse. Force missiles. Yeah, that would be good.
Done. I'm gone. I'm gone.
I went this way.
Done.
It seems that the maps stay open, so to say, and these guys are trying to
Path is mine.
find me,
Okay.
but I'm on the other map.
Why not?
And I shall serve.
What's the word, Chief?
Attack. Let's try the force missile. Seems to have saved.
I hear your
Didn't do
word.
anything.
All right.
True. I
No, I don't
serve.
want Darkon to be beaten up.
All right. Done.
There you go.
I'm gone.
Oh, this is a dead end.
Done.
Must be going. It smiled at you evilly. Yes, you will be going, intruder. Only it will be feet first after I slay you.
I'm gone.
Your will be done.
He should cast spells as well.
There cannot be guise.
It works pretty well against them. Let's try force missile again.
Did you see that?
Oh, I don't think I could
All right.
mortar kill them before it got to him.
Done.
Now it's like
All right.
any way I choose, I guess. There is a pathway. I guess I could check out the rooms.
All right.
Only way is forward. I think I'm gonna end the stream for today. Kind of a short one. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I would probably try to stream some
Becoming a cuckoo clock. A cuckoo
what
clock.
was it, Dark and Darker. I've been playing that recently, enjoyed it a lot. Tomorrow at I don't know when, probably when I wake up. But Planescape Torment has been really fun. Would probably stream that alone. It's been fun, man. Yeah. Stream that on Tuesday as well. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thanks for watching, man. It's nice to have you. And see ya next time. I haven't tried it yet, but I have downloaded it. It's really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Don't play the wizard because he's kind of weak. I've played the cleric, and I'm planning. Maybe I should do a video on that because I really enjoyed that game. It's fun. Kind of difficult, but fun. Anyways, thanks for watching, man. See you some other time.